Hello everyone. Very good morning, and I'm excited to be your tutor. So today we'll be having a demo on the course like JMeter performance testing with Jenkins, AppDynamics, InfluxDB, Grafana. So this is a very extensive course. If you see the hours also, it's around 40 hours because we are covering a lot of things in this course. And this course is made in such a way that it caters to an end-to-end scenario. Let's say because you are assuming that many of you are new to maybe performance testing and also such tools. So this is designed in such a way that we start with the basics and we move on to the advanced concepts like CI/CD pipeline using Jenkins and all. So let's see in overall what we'll be covering and how this course will move ahead. And we'll try to solve your queries also as we progress, like what all you can expect from this course and how long and all those questions. So if you see, like if you see the course structure, basically here we are covering mainly the tool of performance testing is JMeter, and in JMeter, the importance of JMeter is that it's an open source tool, okay, and it's very widely used in performance testing. And with this, what I planned is in such a way that if you are getting into performance testing, so how will you progress in this testing life cycle, right? So first of all, you need to have a proper planning, right? How you can plan your performance test plans, test strategies, and how you can read your NFRs. Okay, so that's a stage of planning. Then you progress to the tool, like whichever performance testing tool you're using, right? Here we are focusing on JMeter because it's an open source tool and very widely used because it's not only used in performance testing but also in unit testing and many other use cases. Okay, so once you have progressed to JMeter, like you know how to execute a load and all, then the main goal or the major goal is to visualize, right? Like you are executing a test, so you have to visualize like how will I visualize the test results and all. So there the InfluxDB and Grafana comes into picture. So InfluxDB is a real time series DB. Okay, and so what we will be doing is we will be picking up the data using InfluxDB and pushing it to Grafana to visualize it. So in this way, you can visualize your test results in real time. So that's the role of InfluxDB and Grafana. Then once we have the visualization, we also need to have a profiling tool, right? So AppDynamics is a profiling tool. So we will see how we can integrate JMeter with AppDynamics and how we can do further analysis using AppDynamics. And overall, if you see the market trend, the applications which now are in the market are mainly distributed systems which are working on Kubernetes, Docker. So we will also be looking into how you analyze systems which are made on microservices, which are built on orchestration platforms like Kubernetes and containerization platforms like Docker. Okay, so we will try to see some important concepts of analysis and also some basics of this Kubernetes Docker. What are they? What are its importance in uh, the current software development and everything? So this is how our course will proceed. If you see the course structure, let me open the syllabus once. So this one I have created just to understand the breakdown. Okay, I haven't given very in-depth sub points. Like there are many other sub points here, but I have just divided it into high-level overview, like how many hours and how we will progress and all. So if you see the module one, it is basically the introduction to performance testing with JMeter. So here mainly we will be covering the test plan, test strategy, you understand your NFRs, then the overview of performance testing, then introduction to JMeter, setting up JMeter, what are the basics of JMeter test plan, executing a JMeter plan, then analyzing it, then test reporting, HTML report. So these things will be covered in the introductory module, this is module one, and it will be around 8 hours. plus or minus little. Okay. Then the next is advanced JMeter concepts, where we will be seeing some important JMeter concepts like how you build a complex JMeter test plan. Then there are lot of elements in JMeter, right? So what are the importance of those elements? How you apply it in your test plan? What are the applications of these elements in different scenarios that we will see? Then recording also, different use cases of recording. Then distributed testing in JMeter, what it is and how you add your LGs and all, those things we will see. And especially we'll see scripting with BeanShell, because it's very important when you go ahead. There are limitations in JMeter which you can expand or extend using BeanShell. Okay, so we will be seeing BeanShell scripting, which is not that hard if you learn from basic. How you And I will be sharing a lot of BeanShell scripts also with you, so that you can directly use those scripts in your JMeter as you progress. So that will help you. Then integrating JMeter with Jenkins, we will see. So basically, CI/CD is the need of this need of the market nowadays. Automation, because through automation we can save a lot of manual efforts and manual errors also. So we will extensively try to learn Jenkins and how we integrate JMeter with Jenkins and run JMeter tests in Jenkins. Okay, because when you are going into a higher role, or let's say when you are getting into a role, so people who are very good at integration are considered little better, because just running the test or executing and analysis everyone can do, most of the people can do, but integrating these tools with other tools and trying to set up an environment is what people with expertise, or we can say a good knowledge, can do. Okay, so that's what we will also try to learn in this course. Not only execution and analysis or scripting, but also integration with different tools. So one is Jenkins, then we have AppDynamics. So AppDynamics is mainly, it's a profiling tool. Okay, so we'll try to monitor performance metrics with AppDynamics after integration with JMeter. Then we will see how to visualize and store JMeter results in InfluxDB and Grafana. So InfluxDB is the place where the data will be stored. Okay. So this can be anything. In some projects they use Prometheus, in some projects InfluxDB. So these are basically time series DBs just to store the data. Okay. Now when this data is stored, this stored data will be used to plot, or we can say in simple words, to plot in Grafana. Okay, so the Grafana will show you as a graph, or like it's a visualization tool. Okay, it will show you the data, whichever is in InfluxDB in front of you, so that you can do analysis. You can find out what are the bottlenecks, performance bottlenecks, what are the problem creating queries. So those things you can easily identify using Grafana. And again, Grafana is an open source tool. Okay. And AppDynamics, though it's a paid tool, we have a free trial version there. So we will be using that free trial in our case. Then obviously we'll be using a sock shop application, which is a microservice based application to understand a real time testing with a project. Okay, so let's say you are in a real application, you're using it. So how we will see a total end-to-end scenario where you create a test plan to execution to analysis on this application. Basically it's a sock shop application available. It's a demo application which is a microservice based application, using which we will be studying further the performance testing basics and performance engineering. Now, best practices, again, module 7 is mainly some best practices. We will see what are some tips and tricks in JMeter, and also the overall what we learn in this course. We will see some interview questions and we will discuss based on the questions and answers, and we will put more insights into those. So overall, this course is designed in such a way that there is no part of the testing life cycle which is missed here. So you can, like, let's say you are entering into a project and there is no one other than you, okay, who can set up the whole environment, who can run the test, who can execute, who can analysis, who can perform analysis. So this course is for them. Okay, so here you get an end-to-end, I can say, end-to-end platter of all the important tools which will be required in performance testing. So any questions, anyone till now?
Yeah, hi Vishnu, Naina here.
Yeah, hi Naina.
Yeah, good morning.
Good
So
morning.
the thing, Yeah, I wanted to know that are we going to work on any real-time application, hands-on on a real-time application?
We have a application called Sock Shop. So what we will do is we will try to create test plan. We will create then run the test on that application. Try to analyze it. So that way we will be doing. If that's your question,
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah, thank you.
Hi Vishnu,
Hi
Afaq here.
Vishnu.
yeah. Hi, hi. Okay.
Uh, yeah, hi Vishnu, good morning. Thank you for this session. Vishnu, I just want to ask that in this JMeter training session, are we also going to cover this JMeter using the mobile application, like how to download certificate, root certificate into the mobile device and then do our activities?
Yeah, great question. Okay, so basically here we will be covering the Sockshop application, which is a web service. But I will be obviously showing you how to test a mobile application, but not, I will not, I might not have time to go to execution analysis and all, but I will show you the scripting part. Like if you have a mobile application, how you can script using Fiddler. Fiddler is the tool which we use for that purpose. And also the JMeter proxy recorder. So and how you set up the certificate and all. Yes, I will show you that.
Okay, into the mobile device, right?
Yes, yes, correct. Yeah,
Okay. And one more thing, Vishnu,
because
I have seen,
that's
yeah,
a
yeah,
very
please.
important thing because nowadays most of the things are applications like mobile apps and all. So you need
Yes.
to surely know. Yeah,
Right. So in that case, like if you're using the mobile application, are we going to read the metrics about the request and response from client to server, or we also going to check the performance of the mobile device also? Like in the laptop, we are using checking the CPU utilization, memory utilization. That thing also are we going to cover in terms of mobile also? That how much RAM
yeah.
is using in
So
the mobile? How,
correct. So basically, see in performance testing, we will when we see the basics and we will try to understand what we do. So that time we will solve all these questions of yours. Like we will clear
okay,
everything. Yeah.
okay. Sure. Fine. And one more question, like Vishnu, I have seen this
Yeah.
course syllabus. Afaq here again. Um,
Yeah.
in the course syllabus, like how much percentage we are covering for the JMeter tool, and how much percentage we are covering from the part of this BeanShell scripting, Jenkins, Grafana? Because honestly, I would like to focus more on this part instead of the tool part like JMeter. So
Yeah. So
for this thing,
basically,
yeah.
if you see, obviously JMeter is the and performance testing is the major part. So 50% will be that, okay, and
Okay.
50% will be the other tools altogether.
Okay, all together. Okay, fine.
Yes.
Okay. And total duration
Yeah.
of the 40 days, correct?
It's
Like one
40
day will.
hours, basically 1 hour per day. If you say it's 40 days. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Vishnu. Thank you. Thank you so much. Please
Yeah.
go ahead. Thank you.
Hi
Hello,
Vishnu.
Vishnu.
Good morning.
Yeah.
Vishnu,
I
this
can
is
see
Kavya.
two voice.
Yeah,
Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah.
Vishnu, this is Kavya. Yeah, so is it possible to take more hours in the weekends, like 2 hours in the weekend?
We can plan. We have that flexibility, so we can discuss with the audience, and based on the audience comfortability, we can plan. Not an issue. Just I will look for the majority because some people will have weekend plans. We can do like okay before a day we can plan or 2 days before that whether we will take on weekends or something. And if all are okay or majority are okay, we can proceed.
We are going to have class both on Sunday and Saturday, Saturday and Sunday, both?
Currently, according to the plan, it's only on the weekdays, not weekends. But weekends also we can plan because generally, why I don't keep on weekends is generally people have plans during weekends. So, but we can always, as I said, it's flexible. We can plan during the sessions. Some weekend
Okay,
plan weekend sessions. Yeah.
okay. Okay, so actually I would like to opt like 2 hours on Saturday and Sunday we can leave it. So if everybody is okay, we can go with that so that we don't
Yeah, we
waste
can
any
discuss
time.
that once
Yeah.
we get into real sessions.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Hi Vishnu.
Yeah. Hi,
Hi, good
Priyanka.
morning.
No,
Vijaya,
sorry. Yeah,
Vijaya.
Vijay. Yeah.
Yeah, JMeter with GitHub as well. CI/CD tool.
See, already there is a lot we are covering. Let's see if there are not time constraints. I can add a quick overview on GitHub also. but not
Yeah, like
committing it now. Yeah,
because I can see the configuration is quite complicated, so I wanted to understand that as
yeah.
well.
Yeah, let's see.
Yeah,
So
if
based on our 40 hours, obviously it won't stop in 40. It generally goes to, because of the queries and all, it goes to 44 or 42 also sometimes. So
mhm.
based on the time and how it goes, let's see if I can plan a small session on that. I will note it down.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Hi Vishnu, good morning.
Yeah,
Satish
hi
here.
Satish.
Hi. So are we going to cover both web services and web protocol as well, right?
Correct. Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. So basically, I will be covering everything what I have come through in my years of experience. Okay, so uh, I know like mainly what are the which you will come through, because so many projects I worked on, spanning from finance to retail to utilities. So generally, we know like what are the things which you will come across and what you will really require. Okay, so which I will be covering, because which are important ones, obviously, which is the need of the market today, that also I will cover, because for the interviews and all it will be helpful for you. So yeah, so no worries, everything will be covered.
Sounds good, Vishnu.
Yeah, I can see 36 people here, but queries are very less.
Hi Vishnu, good morning. Neil this side.
Yeah, yeah, Anil, yeah.
So, sir, you will be covering a few things like Little's law and workload modeling. Uh,
Yes, yes, obviously performance. Okay, so surely I'll be covering this. Without this we cannot progress. Obviously we will cover. Yeah,
and distributed load testing
correct.
because
Yes,
JMeter have some.
yes, exactly. Yeah, so that also we will do. Yes. Yeah.
Hello, Vishnu. Hello,
Hi. Yeah.
Amolya. Amolya.
Yeah. Hi, Amul.
Right. So, what is the difference between these three courses which you are offering on that? Okay.
Maybe other tutors would be taking some, and theirs would be different. Uh, they would be covering maybe some other. Yeah.
I'm actually new to I'm actually new to this performance testing. There is some load runner over there. So, what is actually I'm actually new to this performance testing. There is some load
Mhm.
runner over there. So, what is actually difference between this load runner and JMeter? Because I think these both are performance testing tool.
Correct. Yes, that's a good question, Amol. So basically, see, LoadRunner is a paid tool. So generally, the projects which are very good in budget and they have an extensive performance testing team, they use LoadRunner. Others, like people generally go for JMeter, because though JMeter is an open source tool, still it has a good functionality, extensive use, because it doesn't look like free. If you start working on JMeter, you understand like it's very efficient, effective. Only thing, there are some limitations in JMeter which LoadRunner covers, and which LoadRunner has JMeter covers. So it's basically a trade-off between those ultimately. So it's a paid and open source. That's the main difference.
And is there any difference between for the number of users, something like that?
See, JMeter is basically, there is no user limitation, but you have to provide the resource. Like for example, for 10 users, if you give like let's say 5 GB of RAM, for 100 users, you will have to give 10 GB or 10 GB or 20 GB of RAM, right? So that you will have to give. That's the cost which you have to bear. In LoadRunner, there is two things. One is resource also you need to give. Second is user license also. Like if you buy a license of let's say 5,000 users, you can run only 5,000, though you add more resources also, you cannot go beyond 5,000. So that's the limitation is in LoadRunner.
Hi
Yeah, so
Vishnu.
just to put
Uh,
it
Yeah, thanks.
in a simple sentence, you understood, Amol, or some confusions you have?
Yes, got it, Vishnu. Thank you.
Yeah, 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 Amol. Yeah, go ahead,
Hi
someone
Vishnu.
was.
Hi
Yeah, hi Joe.
Vishnu.
Yeah.
I'm Vishnu. I have no experience in performance testing, and I have no coding knowledge. I have just 1.3 years experience in manual testing. But may I know, do you cover the total syllabus of performance testing or not?
Yeah, exactly. So that's we will be covering everything from end to end. So though you are from any testing background or any even development background, okay, you will have extensive you will be covering from planning to execution to analysis everything. So you can like I will that's what I said. So you can work like a single person in your team. If you don't have any other performance testers also, you can fully set up your environment. You can after this course, okay. So no worries.
So I have no coding knowledge.
Not
Uh,
required. Not required. So see, basically, performance is not a very heavy coding based domain. Okay, so only there is one BeanShell scripting part, which is a small part, which requires little bit of scripting. But that also, if you try to see different code, which I will give you, code snippets, you can easily replace the parameters and all and play around. Okay, so no issues if you don't know coding. Okay, yeah.
um, it says that I am from completely general background, BSc.
Mhm.
Uh,
Okay.
so, so the problem is
Yeah, no,
that
not an issue. Yeah, not an issue. So basically, what you need to do is, see, after I teach you something or once this course is going on, try to do the hands-on without missing that. Just going through the video or going through the classes, you might not be able to catch up. Okay. So what I'm doing, try to do it at the same day and come back with the query next day, solve the issues, and then after the course also, when you are in the journey, you can always contact me. Okay. So in that way, obviously, you can switch to performance testing in your career. It's very easy to switch.
okay.
Okay. Nowadays, yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
thank you.
Hi,
Yeah. Yeah, Lushna.
hi Vishnu.
गुड
Good
मॉर्निंग
morning.
Sorry.
सर।
Yeah.
So Vishnu,
मैं
actually
देखिए
just
सर इस कोर्स में क्या हम सिर्फ कोर्स गो थ्रू करेंगे या इंडस्ट्री में काम कैसे होता है वो भी वहाँ तक हम जा पहुँच पाएंगे?
हाँ 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 मेहदी एक्चुअली ना इसमें हम सब डीप में जाएंगे ठीक है इसमें कुछ भी हम ऐसे नहीं करेंगे कि मतलब बेसिकली इंडस्ट्री में जो अभी चल रहा है उसी को मैंने इस कोर्स में डाला है मतलब बहुत ही सोच समझ के और ये कोर्स इसके लिए मैं एक स्टोरी बताता हूँ तुमको
हाँ,
मेरा
एक
एक
एग्जांपल में
लाइक इन इंग्लिश आई विल जस्ट
जैसे
से इन इंग्लिश so basically there was a batch just a month back it was a corporate training which I provided it was a batch so they were struggling a lot because what they had done is they had a very good application but it was an internal application so they were not that much worried about their performance okay because it was an internal application administrative purpose so the performance was the least considered there because it's an internal application right but the problem what they faced is once they developed it and they put it into production they started seeing very heavy crashes errors slow response times and all and due to which the customers also customers like they started showing their dissatisfaction okay and they wanted uh, they wanted performance to be done on that application now what happened was so their team was totally like they didn't have a totally in-house performance okay so what they wanted to do is like the testing team themselves can do performance so they what they did they searched for a training and I provided the training to them so from that only what they discovered is like JMeter is such a heavy tool okay and you can do a lot of things with that and with this what they did like they didn't not only they provided JMeter tool they implemented it but they also set up a test environment even the monitoring setup like InfluxDB Grafana so they had a full setup ready okay with this course and I also
एक
provided a
एग्जांपल
little extra help after the course so
एक
what I'm
एग्जांपल
trying to yeah what I'm trying to say is so it is a proper implementation only it's not that we are just taking the course
जैसे एक सिनेरियो बेस्ड मैं आपसे एग्जांपल पूछता हूँ जैसे
हाँ
एक मिनट में मैं से 50 यूजर्स में रन करा रहा हूँ अगले मिनट मैं क्या करता हूँ 10 यूजर्स और ऐड करता हूँ फिर क्या करता हूँ
मेरा
उसके
मेरा मेरा इंटरव्यू ले रहे हो क्या मेहंदी
नहीं सर बात ये नहीं ले रहा हूँ मैं इसलिए
या,
पूछ रहा हूँ ना कि कल के डेट में मैं कोर्स इनरोल करने के बाद में ये सारी चीजें मैं कर पाऊँ तो
हाँ हाँ वो
अगले
सब हो
मिनट
जाएगा वो सब 40 घंटा सीख रहे हो कंफर्म हो जाएगा टेंशन मत लो
ओके
या
ठीक है
हाँ हाँ भानु
hi
गो ahead
Vishnu. Yeah.
थैंक यू मेहंदी या Banu, go ahead. Oh, I thought you